questions about in-kind donations and things like that. I'm not sure that we're able to actually utilize the state party systems, but I'll certainly reach out and find out.
The other thing to think about too is, and I'm referencing Zach down in the former political director, I can set up through him to dial in for free for any candidate of his that I'm on.
Right.
So, I mean, it shouldn't be any cost. We can all do it from our smartphone.
Until you're actually past the primary, we shouldn't be coordinating with any specific campaign. We should be helping everybody.
No, I understand. I'm just saying the campaign managers all have this app.
No, and I can set the same thing up. But there's 3 or 4 online providers, call fires, the one I've used in the past. They're very effective, very cost effective.
What we're saying is, it doesn't cost anything. It doesn't cost anything.
The problem is, like I said, Julie, that we can't do that until after the primaries run. We can't do that now because that puts us in a situation where we are favoring one candidate over another, ergo endorsing them by proxy.
We'll work with everybody. If she wants to call for
if anybody
Ray,
individually,
we can help her do that.
Oh, absolutely. If anybody individually wants to work with a candidate, they're welcome to do so. In my position as political director of the party, I can't say that the party is going to help any specific candidate over another one just because they have these reasons.
I didn't say that. I'm just saying.
That's.
He's just explaining.
I'm just explaining the announcements of election law and our bylaws.
Okay. I just want to let you know that the problem with the state system also is that it is not modifiable for a candidate. I'm looking at a system that's very inexpensive that's going to be modifiable for each individual candidate.
What do you mean not modifiable?
You cannot modify the message. You have to use the message.
I used it and I modified the message.
Well, the RNC system is not modifiable.
I used Advantage. I gave them my own survey.
Okay.
And I did it all, whatever parameters I set.
That was not offered to us in here. So that was a concession that they may have made to you. We were not able to modify our message. Okay?
I'm sure.
Julie?
Thanks very much, Ron, for making that report. Just a suggestion, Ron mentioned about doing the slate card. I think, in the interest of saving time and money, this election, municipal election cycle is so short. With the way we're operating, I don't know we can turn around to do slate card even when we have the money. So I would suggest we try to use email blast, social media. Who's going to be responsible for compiling all the candidates' information?
Mike and I will do that.
So you're going to put it on the website? Or is the communication director going to put it on the website?
Mike and I will compile the data and we'll coordinate with the vice chairman who's responsible for the website.
Okay, then...
Okay, I just want to make one correction. The vice chairman is not responsible for your content for the bylaws.
Sure.
Okay?
He's responsible for maintaining the website.
Correct.
So we'll provide the content if the vice chairman wishes to update the website in the IT capacity.
So I would suggest that
kind of everybody.
I would suggest to use email blast, send it out, and I have a nonpartisan group called Nevada Scam. We have a database over 70,000 for Republican in Hart County. I don't know whether that's in violation of the CCRP's rule. We'd be happy to blast it out.
Currently, so we can't unfortunately send it to you to have you blast it out because there's legal. We can't collude with a nonpartisan group or work with a nonpartisan group as a political party. There's limitations to what we can do in terms of working cooperatively together.
So you put it on the website, can we just pick information?
Yeah, you can grab out the website and send it to whoever you want.
Okay.
Absolutely. unless there's a copyright issue with taking it off the website. But, my suggestion is steal away and use it for what you want.
Okay, thank you.
Does Derek have access now to MailChimp so that way he can just send it out for us so it doesn't have to bother Kathy?
No, ma'am.
So you still don't have access?
Not to MailChimp.
Well, do you know when you're going to get access?
Correct. That question need not be addressed to me.
Do you know when he's going to get access to MailChimp?
The party's MailChimp account was taken down in July of 16, I established a MailChimp account specifically to send out communication to our membership, and that is the only thing was to maintain our membership and to get calls to meeting out. The party does not have a list that was taken down and was given to another organization that was taken down.
No, I'm just saying, is Dave going to ever get access to it?
So the only MailChimp account that is set up right now is to send out the memberships, call the meetings to our membership. As a party, we do not have a communication blast account.
We don't have one for marketing purposes at this time.
So point of information.
I'm not asking for marketing purposes. I'm asking, is our chairman going to have access to our MailChimp?
What you're asking there is not actually a simple question. Because
it is a simple question. It's a yes or no
Cheryl, please
question.
let me answer.
But I'm not asking for marketing.
No,
He's our chairman. Does he have the passcodes to get into our MailChimp account? I should not have them. Julie should not have them. Bonnie should not have them. Carl should not have them. He is our chairman.
Can I please finish? Per our bylaws and standing rules, our secretary is responsible for sending out calls to meeting and things of that nature.
I'm not asking him to call for meeting. I'm asking him to take the passwords.
Cheryl, I let you
Let's keep the voices
please
down.
let me finish.
But don't put words into my mouth.
Please
I'm
let me
asking,
finish.
is he going to have
It's
the
a very simple
passwords
yes
for
or no.
MailChimp? Yes? No.
No, it's not a simple question.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not a simple
It is
question.
a simple question with a yes or no. Is he ever going to have the passwords to go into MailChimp? I don't care if he
The
sends
vice
anything
chairman
out.
has the ability, in his capacity as the head of IT, to create a MailChimp account for marketing or any other purpose.
I'm not asking for marketing.
The secretary has control over sending out.
I'm not asking for sending. Is he ever going to have the access? What if she gets hit by a car going home today?
Cheryl.
And something happens, God forbid, and I love Kathy? Don't you think the chairman should at least have those passwords?
Yes.
Yes.
No, I don't.
Where is it?
Point of order.
Where is it?
I think that the registrar and the secretary are the team that should
Let's be
have
respectful.
Okay.
But I'm not going to
That's
stand.
your opinion.
I'm not going to stand here and let you yell at me anymore. I'm done.
Well, you were yelling too,
Then
Mr. Tyree. So
answer a yes or no question.
let's tone it down a little bit, please. Let's be respectful. Mr. Astor was first.
I was going to say, basically what you just said, could we be mindful of what we prayed for in the invocation about working together and keeping our voices at a respectful level? And I'm saying that to everyone knowing in particular.
Thank you.
We're not going to get anything done if we're behaving like this at every meeting.
Okay, then can somebody just answer me?
Well, the answer is no, Cheryl.
No.
So, I mean, the answer is
It's
no.
no.
So,
Okay.
go ahead, Julie.
So if the vice chair, I'm working under the vice chair as a director of operation, we have no access to the database, not MailChimp. MailChimp is just a platform, but the database is what we're the heart of the matter. That if we don't have access to the membership information, the database, how are we going to operate?
I can address
We
that.
have this.
But you know what? On the other side note, I have more database than the whole county party and the state party. I don't care. But as a county party, it needs to have a functional party that certain positions that being delegated with responsibility should allow to have the tool and the means to accomplish what they are assigned to do.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman, may I answer that?
Mr. Rasta, and then Ms. Noose, and then I have a question.
So you're asking about the actual membership data. Previously, that was kept confidential with the secretarial team. At our last central committee meeting, we were directed by
Sorry. I don't know how to turn the sound off.
At the last central committee meeting, we were directed per the bylaws to provide that information to the chairman. That information was provided to the chairman. So I just want to make the point that what the secretarial team was responsible for, what we were directed to do, was accomplished.
Okay.
Now, what the chairman does with that information, if he shares it, that's out of our hands.
Okay. I have a question, Madam Secretary. Does the CCRP pay $49 a month for that MailChimp account?
No, the CCRP does not.
Okay, who pays for it? Isn't that in the budget? Because I see it.
We don't pay anything for it.
You don't pay.
I know
for that yourself.
I have kept the members, the subscriptions, and the number of emails so that it is a free account.
Okay.
For a while, because of a personal error I made, it bumped it out of free, and I personally absorbed that cost until I fixed my error and couldn't get back to free. But in answer to everybody's question, the CCRP does not have a MailChimp account. We had one previously, and we had, at one point, it was over 80,000 names and very detailed information on it. In July of 2016, our then chairman shut down that MailChimp account, hired another company, gave them that information, and in December of 2016, their services were terminated, and we never created another account that was a CCRP account to communicate to the masses. To be able to perform my job and responsibilities, as at that time I was registrar working with the secretary, we created a free MailChimp account to be able to get the call to meeting out to our members. That's all we have.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you, Madam Secretary. Okay, let's move on. Okay. Julie. Yeah, Julie, you were going to talk about venue, please, before we got a little heated on there. So, if we can talk about what we've done on venue, please.
Well, I have checked out. Many people have reflected that, you know, Elks Club, as nice as comfortable places we all love, we outgrown, and it's not. It's no longer able to accommodate us. So I have been doing some research and getting bids. And I have 3 bids right now. One from Silverton, one from South Point, one from Palace Station.
Well, we had more bids too, so just, I mean, those were the 3 that are only reasonable.
What about Santa Fe? Didn't bid?
Santa Fe is there too.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, Santa Fe is still there.
Suncoast?
We do not have a bid from the Suncoast because it's too far. We're trying to find a place that's central, that's fairer to everyone.
Right. So, so far, Silverton quoted 1,000 to 1,200, depending on the cash bar sale. If the cash bar sales is not as good as they anticipated, they may do 1,200, but right now they agreed to 1,000, and they're available for the next 5 meetings. Now, South Point was also nice enough to, they all discounted. South Point discounted from 3,000 to 1,000. And Silverton discounted from 2,500 to 1,000.
Wow.
Now, we have existing quote from Santa Fe for 850. I don't know about the availability on all the dates. And we just got the latest from Palace Station is 6,000. We had another quote, 6,000.
No Fertitta Republic.
And there's another quote from Rio, I believe, 2,500. So it looks like.
Tell them about the quote from the Palms.
20,000. I didn't get that.
20,000.
As long as we get that basketball room up there. That's
no problem.
But anyhow, so right now it looks like, you know, the best quote, the best quote and the best availability date is Silverton.
Silverton has all our dates. They're willing to go down to 1,000. When we left them, we were paying $1,500, so they came down another $500 for us. I like the Silverton because it has a lot of room for us. It has a lot of tables for registration.
Thank you.
And it is the middle for everybody, so it can accommodate South. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to ask, what is the capacity that we anticipate at Silverton?
Silverton is 500.
No, it's more than that.
Okay. More than that.
Yeah.
Silverton, I think, is over 1,000
Yeah.
plus.
No problem. I mean, I'm optimistic, but
They're big. Mr. Susi.
Yeah, I move that we decrease our current budget level from 850 to 1,000 and sign on with the Silverton.
I second.
Okay, second.
I would respectfully request that you increase to 1,200.
Yeah, it doesn't
Because
say.
they could, if we don't.
If we all don't get drunk, is what you're saying. And I know some of us
I
don't
would do
drink.
everything we can not to pay $1,200
Okay.
if we can help.
So we have to
I
encourage
accept the
drinking.
friendly amendment.
Right.
Can
We have to
we revise the
encourage
motion?
drinking.
Bob had his motion.
Bob, would you like to revise the motion that
I accepted the friendly amendment.
Okay, excellent.
1,200 Silverton and go for it.
So we've got a $1,200 to go to the Silverton. Mr. Feinberg is seconded. Any further, up to $1,200. Any further discussion? Go ahead, Mr.
How long
Rosa.
are we increasing the budget for? I would hope it would only be for 5 meetings. Just a reminder, next year being a presidential year, as a major political party in Nevada, we have free access to any government building or meeting center.
Correct.
So I just wanted to make sure we were
It's
only
not, free is not free.
They have to have insurance and all.
You have to.
freer.
Yeah.
Free
So I just want to make sure this was just through the end of the year.
It may not necessarily accommodate our needs, but that's a convention too, and that's a whole separate animal. And it's covered separately from our regular meetings.
Okay.
Okay, we don't have a meeting for the convention. That's not till, the middle of 19, May of 19. I'm sorry, May of
But
2020.
anytime in the calendar year, I mean, we could have access to this whole gymnasium if we wanted to. I mean, 2016, I just wanted to throw that out there as an idea, make sure we're committing for more than the end of the year.
Okay.
That will be my
So,
recommendation, that
okay.
we don't commit any
Okay,
more
we've got a
than-
motion, we got a second. All in favor of the motion, please signify aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, we'll let them go. Go ahead and sign the contract for,
Can I add another, for November?
you have the floor.
No, for November. Remember, for November, they cannot do November 19th. They can do 1 week earlier.
Okay, November 12th. And that will probably be better for us because of Thanksgiving and people leaving for the
Can we
holidays
go ahead and
anyway.
take care of that?
That's fine. I'm fine with November 12th.
I'm gonna put it on my calendar
Okay,
now.
so let's put it in our calendars now so we know it's not the regular third Tuesday of the month, which this year was 2 days before Thanksgiving. Thank you very much, Julie, for handling that, and we will send a letter to the Elks thanking them for their help. They've been very great, they've been tremendous to us, and they helped us through a difficult time. But we are moving on. I appreciate that.
Let's give Julie a hand, everyone. Thank you, Julie.
Thank you for the approval.
Julie Susi, Political Relations Director, please.
So Chairman Sajak asked that I put together a budget. We've done one earlier, and then it part was taken back because some people didn't want me to reach out to Republicans, even though that's what it says in the bylaws. So we put together a budget, reaching out every month to the Latin Chamber, the Asian Chamber, the Chinese American Citizens Alliance when they have their specials, and the Hispanics in Politics, which these are all bipartisan groups. We have taken people that were Democrats and changed them to Republican voters, and they do come to the CCRP. And I also have a deputy now. So Mike is not here, unfortunately. I was like, I thought he was going to be here, but he's not here tonight. But he's a wonderful guy from LA. He's the one that spoke at the last meeting that wants to get involved. And Dave, there's only enough for the voting members of the budget.
Okay. If the voting members could just take one only, please.
Yeah.
Oh, here, I'm sorry.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Mark, did you get one?
So the gist of Julie's point is we're doing outreach here. We're going to all kinds of places that we